When I did yoga this week, a fabulous idea popped into my brain. Actually, the night before while I was sleeping. It's my next episode, what I'm going to be talking about here. But while I was doing yoga, I was into yoga, but also thinking about what I was going to talk about today, which is being a redhead. But I also wanted to show you where I do yoga. And right now, they're having an exhibit of high schoolers, local high school students who have done art, and they're displaying it here. When I do yoga here, it's like doing yoga in an art museum. It is so amazing. I wanted to show you. Wait a minute. This is Thursday's video. I did take notes because my brain is old and I forget things. And although I should be an expert on what I'm about to speak on, I need notes because there's like percentages and things I won't be able to remember. But today, oh, wait a minute. Let me properly introduce myself. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Life in the Wild West. Today's episode is going to be on what it's like to be a redhead. I was born with red hair, so I should know what it's like to be a redhead. I plan to, if I can find some pictures of myself, to add some pictures of me as a little redheaded person so you can see this is true. I was born a redhead. So there's lots of interesting facts about us redheads. Let me just start by speaking off the cuff from my heart. I keep dropping my notes. What is going on with that? I came into this world with red hair, and according to my mom, with a lot of it. She says she had a ton of heartburn. I don't know if that's just an old wives' tale or wives' tale or wise tale? I think it's wives' tale. Doesn't even make sense. That doesn't make sense. But anyway, it's an old tale that if your child has a lot of hair when they're in the womb, you get heartburn. I had a lot of hair, she said. I still have a lot of hair. Where did I get my red hair? Well, my birth father has red hair. There's not many of us in this family. There's not many redheads in this family. I do have a niece, a beautiful niece, Addison, who I call my little red because she's my redheaded niece and we're alike, and I love that. She's the only one. We're very rare. In fact, redheads are the most rare of all. Redheads make up less than 2% of the population. That is very rare. So I am less than 2% of the population. Now, couple that with me being an INFP, which is not the most rare personality trait, but it is up there in the rarity. The INFPs take up about 6.3% of the population. The rarest of all personality traits is the INFJ. They take up 1 to 3% of the population. I still consider myself rare as an INFP and a redhead. I would like to refer to myself now, not as a unicorn. One might think, yeah, unicorns are rare. They're mythical creatures, right? But I'd like to relate more with a Pegasus because a Pegasus has wings and they can fly. And I really like the idea of flying. So I'm going to go with Pegasus. I'm a Pegasus. And it's rumored that redheads are going extinct, but I'm here to tell you we are not. That is a rumor. We are here to stay. In fact, RJ's person that she has fallen in love with is a redhead. If things go as planned, I might get some redheaded grandchildren. I guess we'll wait and see. And on that note, if you are born with red hair, let me take off my glasses so you can see my eyes, and you have blue eyes, you are the most rare redhead of all. Because most redheads have brown eyes like me, brown, green, or hazel. So if you have blue eyes and red hair, you are, my friend, the fairest and the rarest of them all. I was born a redhead and I am a redhead and I've known nothing else but being a redhead my entire life. And I just found out when I was researching redheads. I know, I should just already know about myself, right? But I found out that we have a World Redhead Day on May 26th. Okay, that is pretty amazing because let me tell you this, May for me is the most magical, amazing month of the year. It's my favorite month minus February because of all the love, but I love May because my birthday's in May, Mother's Day's in May, and I'm a mother. I got married in May, so it's my wedding anniversary. And now I just found it's National World's whatever Redhead Day. So May was made for me. It is my month. I love May. So when I was growing up and it was my birthday every year, I will tell you this. I always wanted an angel food cake with chocolate frosting. I wanted my mom to make that for me. She would just buy the angel food cake and get a can of frosting and put it on there. And I just thought it was the best, the best. And now Mama Bear makes something called a ding dong cake, and that is my favorite cake of all time ever in the universe. But now I'm not supposed to eat a ton of sugar, but I will definitely be eating cake on my birthday. I will tell you that. And I love chocolate. I love chocolate cake. I also love rainbow cake. A couple years ago, I got my first rainbow cake in the mail from my friend Alicia. She lives back east in New Jersey, and so you know Carlo's Bakery? She ordered me a whole entire rainbow cake, and I swear to you, it was the best cake I've ever had in my entire life of living. Oh, it's so good. So I love rainbow cake and chocolate cake. And where am I getting off on the celebrating? That's right. I don't like a lot of attention. Like when I was growing up also, I'm wondering if I have salad in my teeth because I had salad for lunch. Now I'm not feeling it. Okay. So when I was growing up, I always chose to go eat at my favorite restaurant called Rudabagores. Funny enough, I'm wearing a shirt from Rudabagores right now. Now, the reason I like to go to Rudabagores is because they never sing happy birthday. They're not into that. They're not going to sing you happy birthday there. RJ worked there for almost 3 years. There's no singing happy birthday at Rudabagore. Calm down, Tracy. Just take a deep breath. Rudabagores. It is a weird, strange name. But anyway, it's the coolest place around. There's about 3 locations locally here, and it is just a groovy place. And the original one that I like to go to was born in 1970, the same year I was born. It's just off the charts amazing. So don't like to celebrate with a lot of attention on me with singing happy birthday, but I do love gifts. Okay, so what other little traits do us redheads have? Well, this is funny because my friend Molly told me this. When I got my wisdom teeth pulled, the anesthesia wasn't as hardcore as Motorcycle Man wanted it, so he couldn't really mess with me so much. And she told me at that time, because she has a daughter with red hair, that redheads need more anesthesia. And she is absolutely right. Okay, what other notes do I have for you? Okay, I know one. Okay, so my hair is not as vibrant as it used to be. But I found out that redheads don't go gray. I'm not going to turn gray. What's going to happen is this is going to fade, and it's fading already. So my red hair will fade into somewhat of a blonde color, or if I'm lucky, pure white. So we'll see what happens over time. But I don't have the gray coming in like some of my friends. It's just, this is what's happening. I do bleach a bit in here. I went to yoga today, and Mary said, "You have the Bonnie Ray look." Is that how you say her name? I know it ends with a T, but I don't know how you say it. Anyway, never thought of it, but she's right. I have that look going on. Okay, what other notes? This one's done. Oh, left-handed. A lot of red-haired people are left-handed because both of those are recessive genes. Me, not a lefty. I'm a righty. I have a son who's a lefty, but I'm a righty. So didn't get that recessive double gene, just the red hair. What else? Okay, I did this one. I think I'm almost done about the redhead situation. Now let me tell you some traits they say that us redheads have. Fiery. They say we are very fiery, that we have a hot temper. Can you imagine me with a hot temper? Do I have a hot temper? I don't know. You're going to have to ask my mom. I'm not sure about that, but I'm going to say no. They also are creative, artistic, and unique. I'll go with the unique. I definitely think I'm a very unique human being. But so are you. You are also unique. You are uniquely made. There's only one of you. We're all unique. So I'm not going to just claim that. But they say redheads are unique. Maybe just because we're so rare. I don't know. We have playful, lively spirits. What do you think about that? You think I'm playful and lively? I kind of think so. I love a good time. I love to laugh. I definitely love to laugh. And recently, I've been loving dancing. So I'm going to say definitely. And you know what else? I love Pippi Longstocking. I am 54, going on 55 in May, and I love Pippi Longstocking. I don't care what you think. I tell my children, our children, Rich, they're our children, that I never want them to lose their childlike spirit, because our childlike spirits keep us curious. They keep us, looking at the world, enjoying every little moment. Never lose your childlike spirit. I think I have one built in, and I feel very, very lucky about it. High confidence. I don't know about that. I'm not a very confident person. I know. I hate to admit that here on my channel, but I really don't have a lot of confidence. I'm working on it. I'm working on using the proper words. I'm working on talking to myself more kindly. It has been a very long road of trying to find my confidence, but I'm working on it. I'm getting there. I promise. I'm getting there. Never give up, as I say. Never give up. They also say that we're independent thinkers, and I would definitely say yes. I'm a definite independent thinker. I don't care what is in style. I don't care what the latest trends are. I don't care. I don't have FOMO, that's for sure. I like being just in my own little quiet corner by myself doing what I love. I don't care about any of that stuff. So I definitely say I'm an independent thinker. Passionate, strong-willed. Okay, now that's interesting too, being the strong-willed one, because on top of that, I'm a Taurus. So I'm extremely stubborn. I'm stubborn, strong-willed, and just grounded to the core. So those are all my notes on the redhead. And I'm having my coffee today, and I'm telling you about being a redhead. Hopefully I popped some images in of me being a little redhead. And I think the only thing I want to finish with is some personal stories that apply to me that have to do with being a redhead. And that would be, sometimes you get called names. And if you have an older brother, count on it. My older brother would say to me, and he has a channel on here, by the way, Jeff. I'll link him. He's always in my description. I always put his channel in there because I support him. You know what he used to call me? Or he used to say to me, rather? He'd say this: I'd rather be dead than red on the head. Really? Really, Jeff? Did you really have to say that to me? That was so mean. That was so mean, brother. Anyway, that's what he would say to me. Stuck in my head all these years. I forgive you for it, though. I really do. And Carrot Top. I don't know. I really can't think of many more. And to be honest with you, people didn't call me names growing up. Only my brother. He's the only one that called me names. Most people were really nice to me. And when it came to Halloween, when you have red hair, you kind of have built-in costumes. My mom had me be Raggedy Ann one year. I was Pippi Longstocking one year, my most favorite of all costumes ever, Pippi Longstocking. We have no pictures of either. I don't know why. But no pictures of the redheaded Halloween costumes. I could have been easily Strawberry Shortcake, but it really wasn't in my era. Not exactly. So never Strawberry Shortcake. Let's see. Who else has red hair? Oh, Lucy. I Love Lucy has red hair. She wasn't born a redhead, though, unfortunately. But it was her trademark. And anything else about being a redhead? I used to hate it. I used to hate being a redhead. I have freckles. And I would say to my mom, I hate my freckles. And she would say, don't worry. They'll fade and go away when you grow up. And guess what? They didn't. I still have freckles. I didn't like having red hair because I felt when I was younger I didn't fit in. But now that I'm an adult and my hair is red, I love standing out. So if you're a redhead too, I'd love to hear. I'd love to hear from you. If you know a redhead, let me know if any of these things made sense. Because I don't know, maybe redheads are all different across the board, but I can relate with a lot of the traits, and I'm happy that I was born a redhead. Before I dance, I have to add one more thing about being a redhead. I just talked to my hopefully future son-in-law who has the red hair, and you know what he said? He said, you either love him or you hate him. Yeah, that's what he said. So I guess you either love the redheads or you hate them. And that made me laugh. And then he also said, redheads are the worst. And he's a redhead. And I was like, Austin, what the H? We're supposed to stick together, buddy. So he did agree. They were pretty unique and pretty amazing, though. So I'm going to dance it out and hope you enjoyed this episode. Totally different than my normal content. But I was laying in bed and it came to me, and then I was driving home from yoga and it came to me again. So I was like, what do I always tell everybody? Listen to your gut. My gut told me to talk about my red hair on this episode. So let's dance. Wait a minute. RJ reminded me of something else. Motorcycle Man. Oh my gosh. My own guy. Okay. Regarding red hair. Every time he sees another red-haired person out in the wild, we will call it, he will say this, hey Tracy, it's one of your people. Like I have my own people. Or he used to call redheaded people, this is not cool. Let me just tell you a couple things that are not cool about this. He would call redheads leprechauns. And I would be greatly, I don't know why, offended by that one. I was like, I am not a freaking leprechaun, Rich. Let's go with Viking. I'd like to be called a Viking. How about that one? So now whenever he sees a redhead, he calls them Vikings instead of leprechauns. Thank the Lord. I don't even know Vikings have red hair, but that's just in my world. And the last thing I'd like to tell you that I really hate is to be called a ginger. I don't know why. I don't like it. So when they say on that cartoon show, kick a ginger, that's so mean. And don't call people gingers. I don't like it. So now I'm going to dance.